RM and NewJeans' accidental confrontation. HYBE lawsuit explained. BTS's team wants Min Hee Jin fired and employees resign. On May 24th, notable figures from the South Korean entertainment industry took sides in a legal battle involving Adore CEO Min Hee Jin. BTS key producer P-Dog, along with Pledis Entertainment's founder Han Sung-soo, have filed petitions against Min Hee Jin, aligning themselves with HYBE in their legal efforts to remove her from her position. Reports indicate that these petitions are part of a broader movement within HYBE, as other producers and creators have also voiced their support for the company's cause. Among those who have submitted petitions include Source Music's chief producer So Sung-jin, BTS's performance director Son Sung-duk, and creative director Kim Sung-hyun. Additionally, TXT's producer Slow Rabbit and several others have joined this group in their formal opposition to Min Hee Jin. This development is in contrast to the support Min Hee Jin has received from within Adore, including its staff and management. The members of the music group NewJeans, which is managed by Adore, have also shown their support for Min Hee Jin by submitting their own petitions. This division highlights the growing rift within the industry, as both sides bolster their stances with legal and public backing. RM is set to launch his second solo album. Announced by Big Hit Music, his new album titled Right Place, Wrong Person will be available across various music platforms. This release marks his first solo project since the debut of Indigo in December 2022. Described by his agency, the album portrays the experiences of the artist feeling out of place, akin to a stranger in unfamiliar surroundings. The agency explained that the album's conception began with RM pondering over how different his life might have been if he had taken another path. This introspection brought forth a range of emotions and questions, inspiring him to create music that he believed would connect deeply with listeners by reflecting his honest feelings. A preview of this reflective theme was offered in Come Back to Me, released on May 10th. In this track, RM expresses his mixed feelings about craving new experiences, while feeling compelled to maintain his current life. He explores similar themes of confusion and the quest for answers in Lost, suggesting through the music that finding solace in current friendships might indeed be sufficient despite the uncertainties. Big Hit has emphasized that this album will distinguish RM's individual artistic identity, different from the group's collective projects. The album features contributions from several international and local artists. In addition to the album, RM is also set to release music videos and live performances of some tracks on specific dates, including the upcoming Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and June 10th. Despite his current military service in the South Korean Army, RM had completed filming for almost half of the album's music videos prior to his enlistment last December. He is expected to complete his military service in June 2025. In an unexpected showdown in the K-pop world, RM and NewJeans both released eagerly awaited music this Friday. RM unveiled his second full album titled Right Place, Wrong Person, while NewJeans dropped a 2-track single called How Sweet. Both releases came amid a contentious dispute involving RM's agency HYBE and NewJeans' agency Adore, a HYBE subsidiary. NewJeans shared that their new tracks are designed to offer their fans, known as bunnies, a diverse auditory experience. Contrasting with NewJeans' style, RM's Right Place, Wrong Person delves into the theme of feeling misplaced or like an outsider. Big Hit Music revealed that the album was inspired by RM contemplating what his life might have been like had he chosen a different path, with the belief that his honest expression through his music would resonate with many. Amid these releases, the ongoing battle between HYBE and Adore is set to escalate with a shareholders meeting on May 31st, requested by HYBE in their bid to have Adore's CEO Min Hee Jin dismissed. This clash represents one of 2024's major controversies in the K-pop industry. BTS, along with other K-pop icons, has become a top target for luxury fashion brands, highlighting the intense competition to secure them as brand ambassadors. A former employee of a luxury brand recently shared insights into the relentless efforts by companies to land advertising contracts with K-pop stars, particularly BTS. This insider disclosed that brands have even set up dedicated teams focused solely on striking deals with K-pop artists, and failing to secure such deals can have severe repercussions, including job loss. According to a report by the South Korean news outlet Chosun Ilbo, the competition to become the chosen brand for these stars is fierce. One former employee explained that they resigned after failing to renew an ambassadorship deal with BTS. Similarly, another individual from a different luxury brand quit due to the overwhelming pressure to secure deals with other groups like Blackpink and NewJeans, noting that securing such deals could dramatically advance one's career within the company, even to the level of president. The value of contracts for K-pop idols is soaring, reflecting their significant impact on brand sales and market presence. For instance, it was reported that BTS could receive offers up to $1.56 million for a new luxury brand endorsement. Meanwhile, Blackpink's potential contract value also ranges up to $1.5 million. Other popular groups like HYBE, LE SSERAFIM, Stray Kids, and NewJeans are highly sought after, with brands like Dior and Louis Vuitton actively pursuing deals with entire groups, having signed Tomorrow X together and LE SSERAFIM, respectively. The drive for luxury brands to align with K-pop stars stems from the artists' tremendous influence on sales and their ability to significantly enhance a brand's value, making these endorsements some of the most lucrative and competitive in the industry today. Earlier this week, the K-pop group NewJeans found themselves embroiled in controversy over allegations of copying the 1990s Mexican girl group, Jeans. The accusations were first brought to light in January by the Mexican newspaper El Siglo, which pointed out apparent visual similarities between the two groups in terms of their outfits and hairstyles. The newspaper suggested that NewJeans may have been inspired by Jeans, who were quite popular in Mexico during the 1990s. The issue resurfaced on May 23rd when Patricia Servant, a former member of Jeans, shared her thoughts on Instagram. She reposted a story that humorously noted the alleged plagiarism was evident because the clue was in the title itself. Patricia herself added a comment on the repost, indicating that their suspicions had not been entirely baseless. This post garnered various reactions from Korean netizens, with some acknowledging the original group member, while others joked about the situation. Comments ranged from recognizing the post as an official statement from a member of the original Jeans, to playful remarks about NewJeans giving birth to a new genre and the confusion over real and fake jeans. Some comments also touched on broader issues of plagiarism and homage within the music industry, noting how such practices were rampant in the past and continue to be surprising in the digital age of 2024. This situation has ignited discussions about the fine line between drawing inspiration and outright copying in the world of music. As HYBE intensifies its efforts to oust Min Hee Jin from her role as CEO of Adore, a number of its top executives are being considered for positions on Adore's new board of directors. Reports from the investment banking sector on May 22nd suggest that Chief Strategy Officer, CSO, Lee Jae-sang, Chief Human Resources Officer, CHRO, Kim Joo-young, and Chief Financial Officer, CFO, Lee Kyung-jun, are likely candidates for the upcoming Adore board at the shareholders' meeting scheduled for May 31st. The extraordinary shareholders' meeting at Adore will focus on the removal of the current 3 board members, including Min Hee Jin, and their replacement with new members. HYBE has been evaluating potential candidates for some time, with Lee Jae-sang emerging as a frontrunner for the CEO position among the HYBE executives considered for the new Adore board. Previously, Lee was proposed as a director candidate during HYBE's attempt to acquire SM Entertainment, where he was positioned to become the new CEO of SM if the acquisition had been successful. During this period, he advocated for revising SM's strategies to align with HYBE's proven business model. Kim Joo-young, recognized as a personnel expert, previously led HR before joining HYBE. Lee Kyung-jun, with a background in accounting, played a crucial role in HYBE's successful listing on the KOSPI and serves as an internal director at HYBE's subsidiary Source Music. Additional candidates for the new Adore board include HYBE's Chief Legal Officer, CLO, Young Jin-soo, and Head of Business Planning, Lee Jin-hwa, who were also proposed as board members during the SM acquisition attempt. If Min Hee Jin's court injunction to prevent HYBE from using its voting rights is granted, only 2 of the 3 current Adore board members would be dismissed and replaced, which would still allow HYBE to achieve majority control and potentially vote to dismiss Min Hee Jin as CEO. This scenario could lead Min Hee Jin to sue HYBE for breaching the shareholder agreement. HYBE is contemplating restructuring Adore into a dual leadership system with separate roles for production and management, similar to other HYBE labels. Currently, Min Hee Jin oversees both roles at Adore. a senior HYBE official stated that they have no official announcements regarding the new ADOR board appointments, but emphasized that separating the roles of production and management can lead to higher efficiency and fewer problems than when one person handles both. The changes at ADOR are contingent on the court's decision. Numerous ADOR team leaders and the parents of NewJeans members have shown support for Min Hee Jin. If she and the current board are replaced, it could prompt a significant number of ADOR employees to resign. However, HYBE clarified that only 3 or 4 individuals directly involved in the management dispute would leave, with no substantial reason for others to resign. Despite HYBE's assurances, concerns persist among fans and the public about the future of NewJeans under HYBE's management. Comments from Korean netizens reflect a mix of skepticism and disappointment, with some predicting dire outcomes for NewJeans and criticizing HYBE's leadership choices. Recently, KOZ Entertainment, a subsidiary of the entertainment giant HYBE, has undergone significant changes in its management structure. According to the Star Today media outlet, the CEO of KOZ Entertainment resigned last June, and manager B, who had been working with the artist Zico for over a decade, left earlier this year. Industry sources claim that these changes were prompted by the label's poor financial performance, as last year, KOZ reported sales of approximately $14.2 million, marking it as the lowest among all HYBE labels. KOZ Entertainment, which was established by Zico in 2018 and later acquired by HYBE in 2020, currently manages Zico and the boy group Boy Next Door. Despite Boy Next Door's second mini-album How contributing to increased sales, some industry officials believe the personnel changes were made prematurely. In response to these developments, HYBE explained that the individuals who resigned did so for personal reasons. However, these changes have sparked a wave of skepticism among netizens regarding the ongoing management shifts across HYBE's subsidiary labels. Many online commenters have expressed concerns about HYBE's intentions, suspecting that the company might be trying to consolidate control by replacing existing executives with its own people. This sentiment is reflected in various comments where netizens criticize the strategy, with some wishing for similar changes in the management of other companies that are currently underperforming, while others accuse HYBE of lacking genuine commitment to the multi-label model they promote. On May 21st, during the US leg of TXT's tour, Baeomgyu had to leave the stage due to a nosebleed. This incident occurred at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles and is part of the group's third world tour, which kicked off in Seoul, South Korea on May 3rd. Concerns for Baeomgyu's health surged among fans after several videos and photos of him trying to manage his nosebleed on stage circulated on social media. Despite the unsettling event, Baeomgyu managed to return to the stage shortly after addressing the issue discreetly to minimize worry among the fans. This quick recovery, however, didn't alleviate the concerns of the fans who took to social media to express their worries. They voiced their displeasure under trending hashtags like Big Hit Treat TXT Better and Big Hit Stop Mistreating TXT, emphasizing the need for the agency, Big Hit Music, to prioritize the health and well-being of the group members over the demanding concert schedule. The tour had been challenging for the group, with Baeomgyu and other members showing signs of exhaustion. Subin, the group's leader, had an incident on stage during a performance, and Hwang mentioned in a live stream how he felt unwell post-concert in Oakland. Additionally, Taehyun shared on Weverse that the tour preparations were tough on him, impacting his performance. In support of his bandmate, Yeonjun interacted with Taehyun during his live broadcast, sharing words of encouragement and revealing that Taehyun had been practicing despite running a fever. This series of health issues among the members prompted a strong reaction from their fans, urging Big Hit Music and HYBE to reassess their management practices to ensure the artists have adequate rest and recovery time during their rigorous schedules. The outcry reflects a growing concern over the intense pressures faced by K-pop idols and the industry's often rigorous demands on these young performers. The ongoing feud between ADOR and HYBE has thrust the popular K-pop group NewJeans into a complex battle for power and control, deeply involving their families in the dispute. Recently, the parents of the NewJeans members have stepped in, attempting to bridge the gap between the two companies to safeguard the group's future. On May 13th, an anonymous parent of a NewJeans member disclosed to Ilgan Sports that following a press conference by ADOR's CEO, Min Hee Jin, they felt compelled to visit HYBE's headquarters. Their goal was to mend the frayed relationship, driven by their concerns for Min Hee Jin's standing within the company. However, the meeting did not go as planned. They reported that HYBE's CEO, Park Ji-won, arrived 20 minutes late and seemed disinterested, focusing more on outlining Min Hee Jin's alleged misconduct than addressing the parents' concerns. During this tense encounter, the CEO revealed plans to place NewJeans on an extended hiatus following their fan meet at Tokyo Dome in June and Min Hee Jin's potential removal. While the duration of the hiatus was not specifically discussed, it was mentioned that HYBE was on the lookout for a Grammy-winning producer to take NewJeans to the next level, a search that could potentially last about 1.5 years. The parents interpreted this timeline to mean that NewJeans could be inactive for up to 1.5 years. Despite these plans, the parent expressed a desire for NewJeans to continue collaborating with Min Hee Jin and remain under HYBE's management. HYBE later confirmed the possibility of a long hiatus for NewJeans, as mentioned by the parents. However, the company clarified that the hiatus was a standard practice, allowing artists to rest after intense promotional periods before returning stronger. They emphasized that the intention was not to exile NewJeans, but to prepare them for a more robust comeback. The girl group ILLIT, managed by HYBE's B-Lift Lab, has recently been at the center of controversy and targeted by harmful rumors due to the ongoing dispute between HYBE and Ador's CEO, Min Hee Jin. In light of these challenges, ILLIT member Wonhee had to step back from her scheduled appearances after her health deteriorated, necessitating medical intervention. B-Lift Lab confirmed on Thursday that Wonhee, following medical advice, would not participate in an upcoming university festival, emphasizing that her health is their primary concern and promising to ensure her recovery. Despite these assurances from the agency, the group continues to face harsh online criticism and baseless allegations. Since their debut in March, ILLIT quickly rose in prominence with their hit song Magnetic, but the acclaim soon gave way to crisis. Following the conflict between HYBE and Adore, accusations surfaced, suggesting that ILLIT's concept was a mimic of the group NewJeans, another allegation stemming from the feud. During a press conference, Adore's CEO Min alleged that the imitation of NewJeans was spearheaded by B-Lift Lab and HYBE's chairman Bang. She clarified her stance, expressing that her criticism was not directed at the young members of ILLIT, whom she viewed as blameless, but rather at the decisions made by the executives. However, this did not prevent the backlash from affecting the members directly. In a live broadcast, the group faced a barrage of hurtful comments, and the situation has continued to escalate with fans perpetuating damaging rumors. Amid these challenges, the impact on ILLIT members' mental health has become a significant concern, particularly due to their youth and the recency of their debut, with their average age being just over 18. The ongoing situation has prompted B-Lift Lab to take legal action. The company recently filed a defamation lawsuit against CEO Min, accusing her of obstructing business and spreading misleading information that has damaged the company and its artists. This legal step underscores the severity of the conflict's implications for everyone involved.